Hey, what's up guys, in this video we're diving into the Goblin caves with our Templar loadout. As you can see, it's pretty much all purples, and we do have some very nice ruby silver gauntlets on for that little bit extra bling. Alright, let's get started and see how we get on. Well, it looks like we spawned in the bottom left of the map in this run. Not the best place to start, but luckily we got the circle spawning pretty much right near us, which means we're in the circle on the edge, which isn't too bad. This room's fine if you're pretty heavily geared, because obviously there's a lot of goblins here, and you kind of have to fight your way through them. Since I'm geared, it's not too much of a problem. But if you come in here with low gear or no gear, and you get this spawn, let me tell you, you're in a little bit of trouble. This room also has a lot of ore in it, as you can see. I'm walking past it because I don't really need it in this run. But it is very nice if you want to farm some ore. And let me tell you, that is a very valid way to make money in this game. I think they sell for around, I think it's 100 gold an ingot, if I remember correctly from the playtest. Which is quite a nice chunk. And it's not really worth making the armor. I did make some of my ruby silver set, and let me tell you, I think I made the cuirass for 17 ingots, so pretty much 1700 gold I think it was in total, and I got some pretty bad rolls on it, and I had to, you know, I think if I were to sell it, it would only go for like 900 gold, maybe 1000 gold, so definitely made a loss on them. I think you're always better just selling ingots as they are. I think when people wise up to the fact that it's kind of reliant on RNG, there's probably going to be less people buying, or the price is going to drop. At least I hope anyway. Because using this gear is a hell of a lot of fun. Having that flashy bling. So I hope it's a bit cheaper and more readily available. The spear makes quite quick work of these goblins, let me tell you that. Two tapping them. Very nice. Normally when I play the Goblin caves I come in with no gear, or very low gear, because it's more of a place for, you know, it's a place where you want to scale up your equipment. Start with less and come out with more. So it's not often you get super geared people coming in here. But it can be fun if you want to just come in and screw around a little bit. I'd love to see another new map come in with the next playtest. Or perhaps maybe we'll see the first level of the dungeon. Because the level that you start on in the playtest that we just played is actually the second level of the main dungeon. So it's a bit harder than the first level is going to be. So it'd be nice if they come in on the first level, they make that for us, and then we can take the portal down to the current level, the dungeon in the second level. That'd be pretty cool. And I also got some good news recently. The next playtest is on the 14th of April, I believe. 14th to the 19th, so not too far away. A little bit longer than I was hoping, but it's not too far. About a month and a half. Couldn't be more excited. Seems that we all have that in common. We are craving dark and darker, and nothing is scratching that out. Yeah, just clearing PvE at the moment. Clearing out the goblins in case we get an engagement. Smashing some pots to pick up some nice little trinkets and items. Always handy. For a goblin. Yeah, just really looking for people, listening out. Hoping we find people on the front. When you come into the Goblin caves with this kind of gear, you're really just hoping that you find a good chunk of people. Much funner when you get PvP. But since there's nothing else to do, may as well just keep looting and grabbing stuff, which is what we did. We get a nice blue armor from this chest. I think the armor is probably my favourite helmet. Looks the coolest, and it has the best stats in my opinion. I'm not a fan of the kettle helmet, not so nice. I feel like it just It only covers like the top of my head, you know? I don't feel safe when I wear it for some reason. I actually wonder if they have face hitbox. Obviously you get headshot, like extra damage. I wonder if that's amplified if you hit through armor. So since the kettle hat only covers the top of your head, I wonder if you get hit in the face, it actually negates the armor. That'd be interesting if they had very precise hitboxes in this game. You know, you can target joints that aren't armoured, and you can target parts of helmets that don't have armour on them. Could make for some interesting, you know, realistic warfare changes. Because that's how they used to fight in the medieval days. That's how you target heavily armoured targets. You target them at the joints where the armour wasn't so thick. And we do get run up here on by a barbarian. He immediately rages. And we play by the wall here to make it difficult for his large weapon to hit us. And easy enough, we take him out in 4 hits. Very useful if you're up against a barbarian, guys. Playing with the wall or playing with something that can absorb their attack. You know, objects or... as I said, you know, in the Goblin caves you have these little bits of the walls that jut out. You know, playing around that can make it difficult for big weapons with kind of large swings and overhead attacks to actually hit you. Doesn't really apply with the spear though, so I was in a much stronger position than he was. I can just jab, but he has to swing to the side. Yeah, we do take him out. Not really much of a problem. It's all about that first attack with the barbarian. You know, when I ran my full set of Ruby Silver in that previous video, a lot of people were confused as to why I took so much damage in one shot from the barbarian. You know, this guy's a naked barbarian with a blue failing axe, and he almost one-shots a fighter in full Ruby Silver gear. And you know, to be honest, it's a little bit too much. But you shouldn't really be getting hit by that first hit from a barbarian. That first hit is the one that you need to focus on dodging, you know? So it was my bad I got hit by it. And that's kind of just how you play against a barbarian. It's, a lot of it is about that first attack. Because obviously they negate all your good armour. Or a large portion of it. And that goes straight through to use damage. A little bit more difficult with the spear and the long swords or the polearms, because obviously you don't have a shield and you have to either parry or block, which is a bit more difficult than blocking with the shield. But it's definitely doable if you get used to it. One of the benefits of playing a shield fighter is actually when you come up against those barbarians you have a good counter for them. A reliable counter, I should say. You need to be so afraid of them. Yeah, it looks like we get an exit portal down here, which is good for us. It's always nice finding an exit portal a bit earlier. You can kind of play around it. Don't worry too much about the final circle and getting out. As always, I like to do one last kind of round trip and see if we can find any last trinkets. Looks like there was a little bit of a fight down here. 2 guys taken out. I remember how the second guy died. He was pretty naked. Now, I would normally do that room, but it is full of mummies. Considering we're pretty much full, there's not much point. May as well just play time. These little fellas are good for dropping bandages. Always worth checking. We do get a nice green trinket there. This is always a great way to fill up these last few slots in a raid. Smashing up the pots that are left. Grabbing what you can. And for some reason that pot is invincible. Tanking more than that barbarian did. And we get ourselves out. Very nice. I do like these quick runs. Sometimes it can be quite nice just going in, having a little bit of PvP, getting a lot of loot, and just a bit more of a relaxing run, really. Yeah, once we got to selling everything, I believe we made quite a good chunk of gold from this one. Throwing those last few trinkets in, looks like we are getting just over 100 gold, which is a nice haul. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.